eGold price update. Let's get into it. So, Chris, we're going to be taking a look at, a couple of things. We're going to have a look at the eGold price update, which is a recent rally, and I think these things are only just starting to heat up here for the eGold tokens. We're going to get into the technical analysis for everything eGold, and then we're going to talk briefly about some fantastic new partnership that basically now means that eGold can be used at Amazon, Walmart, and eBay, which is pretty big news, right?
Yeah, that's pretty remarkable, Nick. Really is.
Right, fantastic. Let's start with the technical analysis and put some people's fears to rest because I think a rally to the upside has just started. So, anything else you'd like to add before we jump down to the charts?
Yeah, just one thing, Nick. Let us know what you think the price for Elrond will be, or eGold, come the peak of the bull run 2021. Really interested to know what your price predictions are.
Fantastic. And guys, if you find this useful and informative, do hit the like button. We both really do appreciate that. And of course, if you want to learn more about those hidden gems and new cryptocurrencies, then do consider subscribing to the channel. By subscribing, you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything we do here at Cheeky Crypto. It is free and you will stay well informed. So why not? Right, with that said, let's jump down to the desktop, Chris, and get into this chart.
Yeah, let's do it.
Fantastic. So this is eGold to the USDT. This is the daily chart where we're starting. Binance is the data source. Now we have a Fibonacci retracement tool on here from the 22nd of January through to that nice rally that we had, that fantastic rally to the upside. That ended on the 9th of February. From then, we've seen a pretty heavy and quite an extreme in the case of the 15th of February correction that was due. And that was mainly just because we rallied 525% to the upside in just 20 days. When you have that kind of rally, it's expected to come back down. And that's kind of what happened. Now, we did come down to the 618. We took that out. We took out the 50%. We took out the 382. And we briefly took out the 23.6% Fibonacci retracement area. That's the real tough one to swallow. But we have rallied quite nicely. We've used the 50 moving average as a good area of support on a couple of different occasions. And we've had that rally now since getting into the 702 and really pushed into that 786 area. So at the point of recording this video, the eGold token is at $188, which is fantastic. It's only a short step away now from the all-time high area that it's had recently, which was $217. So things are looking pretty interesting for the eGold token. And I'm going to get into all the price targets once we kind of break down what's going on here. So obviously, we had that rally up here. We've actually been trading sideways for, well, quite a little while, Chris, actually. It's we about 50 days we actually traded sideways for a bit of a correction, and then we started rallying from there. And the volumes were pretty low. They protected the price the best they could, and we've had a bit of a bump in the volume now. So the volumes are starting to come in, which is really interesting. And we've just about started to go into that overbought area. Now, what's really interesting about this, Chris, is obviously when we were overbought before, we got this thing up to 96. Are we likely to see that happen again? If so, we have a pretty good amount of RSI space to take advantage of such a swing. So watch that space there. I think that's going to be key to see how that unfolds. Now, with that 50 moving average working as support here, we have broken away from that. So the candles are much higher than the 50 moving average, the 100 moving average, and the 200 moving average. So on this daily chart, they're not going to be doing much good for us. So let's take this down into our 4-hourly view, Chris, and see what's going on here. We see the volumes are really nice and supported that good move to the upside there. We were briefly overbought here on this 4-hourly chart, and it had corrected down a little bit as it kind of hovered here. And that's allowed us to swing again to this upside, barely overbought, and the volumes again have dropped a little bit. So we're going to have to watch that space a little bit there. I think if the volumes do continue to be volatile, then the rally could end sooner rather than later. If the volumes start to steady out and start to increase again, we could start to see a pretty good move to that all-time high. So everything's interesting on this chart, Chris. They're doing a pretty good job at protecting the price, and we're only just about overbought here. So I think there's lots of room to the upside still for the eGold token. We just have to see that volume come in and support that a little bit more. What I'd really like to do is see that 786, that blue line just here, actually flipped and turned into support. At the moment, you can see it was a bit of resistance over here, and we did turn the 702 into support. So it'd be good to turn the 786 into support as well. So we're going to watch that a little bit closely as well. So if we do have to come down, we want to get that area there as a good support zone. So let's pull this into our 1 hourly view, Chris, and see what's going on there. We see that volume really came up nicely here, and it has started to decrease quite dramatically over those few hours. Now, we were overbought and it has come back down into our purple zone. So we are, correcting a little bit without doing too much damage to the price because the volumes are nice and low. So ultimately, I think, Chris, we could be in a chance here for actually getting another pump to the upside. I think we're going to be quite volatile on this RSI on the hourly, but the daily is going to continue to grow, I believe. I think we'll end up with a kind of situation like this over time where we'll be in and out of the overbought area. And if we go back, we can see exactly what that looks like. It looks very volatile at times. And if we look at that rally to the upside here, we're overbought, we come back down, we're overbought. Basically, you're just up and down all over the place like a yo-yo. But ultimately, I think that's what we're going to start seeing a bit of a repeat of here. And the reason I say that is the 4 hourly shows a similar scenario. We were overbought, we corrected, we've become overbought again. Okay, we were oversold, we rallied to the overbought, we corrected, overbought, corrected, overbought. So I think we're going to start seeing a bit of a rinse and repeat scenario that we saw in the last rally. And if I shoot on back, we can see exactly what that was. We were overbought. If I can draw a circle, overbought, corrected, overbought, corrected, overbought, corrected, overbought, right? And then you have that harsh correction here. So I think that's what we're going to start seeing, that rinse repeat method over and over again. As we start to rally up, maybe even to that $330 price target. But we'll get into that in a second. So we're getting that bit of a correction here right now. We want to see a back test on the 786, and the volumes will eventually come back into support, I believe. So everything's looking pretty good, Chris, on the daily. The daily is just about entering that overbought world. The 4 hourly is doing exactly what I think it's going to do, which is the overbought to corrected to overbought to correct overbought. The hourly is doing the same, and I think we're going to slowly and surely, over a period of a few days, move the price of the eGold token to the upside. And as we take a look at our price targets here, the first price target comes in at $330, and I think that's definitely something that we're going to start seeing happen real soon. I'll go get my price forecaster here from the current position. That's a swing of only 78%, so we could see that happen pretty quickly. I think that's not a bad swing at all. Once we take out that all-time high, there'll be an additional level of FOMO, and I think the eGold token is going to rally quite nicely up to that $330. So I'll leave that on here, guys, so we can see exactly what that looks like. But we do have, obviously, a move of 172% up to our $513 zone, and that's my key area there. That one's the one that I'm watching out for the most. After that, we have a 270% move up to the $696 zone. And then at the top here, we have the 329% move, which takes this thing up to $809. So things are going to be getting quite interesting, Chris, for the eGold token. We've seen significant gains so far from our low level here in December, all the way up to that all-time high. That was 1,777% gains. And I think we're going to start seeing some gains once again. I think we have had the correction. That now seems to be over. We'll have a few back tests here and there, but I think we're going to start rallying up to that $330. So everything's looking pretty good in terms of the eGold price. But Chris, is there anything else you'd like to add on the price side of things?
No, I just expect it to do really, really well. I just hope this time when we see it rally, we don't get all the silly hype and the silly numbers. We expect it to get to some of these numbers that have been mentioned historically. But I think it does more harm than it does good. So hopefully we'll see some of the lower price points get taken out that we expect to before we move on up to some of those bigger, more bullish sort of price predictions. Apart from that, Nick, no, I think this one's a fantastic project. Really like the team, really like the tech, and some of the partnerships are amazing. And being able to potentially make payment on eBay, Amazon, and all of that sort of stuff is just phenomenal.
Yeah, so I've just brought that up because you mentioned it here, but the online market in the US has seen a sharp increase in 2020. I think not just the US, but worldwide has seen huge spikes in volumes during 2020 because nothing else was open. So that's fantastic. But obviously that does mean that there's a new and exciting kind of demand for that space. And this is why eGold and Elrond are excited to announce that US consumers will be able to purchase directly with eGold, directly at Amazon, Walmart, and eBay via shopping.io, which will be absolutely fantastic. So here's the quote from Benjamin. He says that drone deliveries, intelligent home resupplying automatically, vertical shopping experiences, customizable avatars, and other such technological advancements will continue to drive online sales and convenience for everyone. As a result, e-commerce is rapidly growing its share of the $5 trillion US retail market. We're excited to enable eGold as a means of payment in the new digital retail economy. So this is huge if you really think about it. Amazon, eBay, Walmart, big places to shop. Obviously, you have to do it via shopping.io, but nonetheless, this is a step forward. They're also looking to do Alibaba soon, so we're looking at that one. But this is going to be fantastic news, Chris, for for anyone who's holding eGold. I'm not sure who might want to use it for digital payments, but maybe there'll be a few people that want to take advantage of it in that way. Might be quicker and easier. Not for me personally, but I think there will be people that will want to do that. And I think it's a step forward in what we're going to eventually see in the world, right?
Yeah, for sure. I kind of see this as another step towards mass adoption, Nick. Being able to use crypto for payments with merchants is really, really important as part of the evolution. I mean, we're seeing it with PayPal and being able to make payments to their merchants on their platform. We're seeing it here with Elrond, and I think it's one of those things. It's baby steps, but it's baby steps in the right direction. I love it.
Absolutely. So guys, hopefully you found this video useful and informative. If you have, hit the like button. We both really do appreciate that. And of course, if you want to stay up to date with all of those new cryptocurrencies and hidden gems, then do consider subscribing to the channel. By subscribing, you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything we do here at Cheeky Crypto. It is free and you'll stay well informed, so why not? And with that being said, we hope you have a fantastic day and we'll catch you all in the next one.
Yeah, take care.